All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started here. For episode 8 here, we're going to be changing up here. We're going to go ahead and pull out the Boeing 767-300 ER. We're going to be flying this evening from Atlanta to Dallas Fort Worth. Today we have a departure out of runway 27 right at Atlanta and arriving in Dallas Fort Worth 18 left. Right now, we do not have air traffic control coverage right now as far as Atlanta. They may come on, but for now, I did execute world traffic. You see, we got some showing traffic here, taxiing on the taxiway, as you can see there. World traffic is fully implemented here. We got about around 10,000 flights that have been created with the with world traffic being turned on here. So we're going to go ahead and get start off from a cold start here for this flight and set up our flight plan and get underway. So let's get in the cockpit and let's get started. Okay. So a couple things. Let's turn on at least turn on our battery. Let's get that going first. Let's see where we at. Here we go. Right there. There's our battery. Let's turn this here on here. So at least we got power. See, it's been a while since I've flown this flight, but it's really a enjoyable flight here. Let's get some ground units going. High pressure unit. We actually don't need stairs. Choke, LSU, GPU, fuel, waste unit, as well, ACU, loader unit. Okay, with that, we should be able to have external ground power available. Okay, let's turn some things on here. All right, let's get our alignment started. Well, not started, at least turn it on. Yaw dampers, electric engine components there. All the electric modules there. Auto. Primary demand for electric. So let's see. Let's keep going down the list here. So that automatically turned on emergency lights there. So at least armed them. Emergency limiter, engine limiter. Turn fuel pumps on. Let's go ahead and get our windows heated there. Let's go turn on the no smoking seatbelt sign. So we'll come back to pressurization there for the cabin. Let's go ahead and set these to auto. When we turn it on, we'll just let it go ahead and peak once we turn it on. Which will be shortly here. There you go. You can hear some air now going into the cabin. All right. No, let's just go ahead and turn these on for now. As well. All right. So electronics, everything should be coming up on us here. All right. Just light up our panels. Let's monitor 122.8. Since we do not have air traffic control online right now, I know we'll be on standby as far as altimeter. All right, let's go ahead and get our. We're kind of going out of, we're bouncing all over the place, but let's go ahead and get our altimeter set. altimeter signal at Atlanta. We got 2993 altimeter, so let's get that set. 2993. We'll hit this right here so it collaborates over there to that unit as well too. Okay. All right, how about we get this, get some doors open. Let's get this loaded up, get the passengers on board, let's fuel it up. Let's get some cargo on board as well too. So amount of passengers that we're going to have this evening, we're looking at 269 passengers. So we only can put 235 for now. Dispatches the cargo weight. I'm going to go 61,900. The fuel weight. Let's go with. We're showing on the fuel weight per sim brief should be at 37. Let's go ahead and just a little bit of reserves there. Let's go ahead and go 47,400. Okay. Before we load, let's go ahead and open up. Let's open up all of our doors. Let's go back to ground and let's okay, flight is loading up. Okay, let's allow that to continue loading. Let's just look around a little bit, see what we have around here. Okay, looks like we don't have. This gate's not connecting to me. I wonder why. Let's make sure our park is on. I'll take a look at this scenery and get that fixed there, but we should be connected there. No worries. We'll go ahead and at least get it started and get a taxi and get a good departure here. Let's see our load. Okay, almost there. Okay, fuel again is going to be at 47 total. Fuel. While that's loading, let's go ahead and start on our FMC. Let's get this started, planned up here. So let's look at our flight. All right, so here's the plan, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be flying out of Atlanta and departing via SID via Cajun 2 departure. Let's take a look at this departure. We're going to be departing, as I mentioned, 27 right. So let's look at so procedures for 27 right. Okay, so we're going to climb heading 275. This runway heading there, 275. We're going to climb 275 to 1527, then direct to SLA. It's going to be our first waypoint. Then on depicted route to Cajun. Okay, so we're going to go SLA, resec, and then Cajun. That should take us through the rest of these, the additional waypoints as well. Okay. All right, so our initial climb, it's going to be 10,000. We'll set that now. Okay. And so after we leave, so transition from our SID, we're going to transition via the Stinga waypoint direct to MLU. Let me see. Let me find that there. Stinga MLU VOR is called Monroe VOR. Union waypoint, and then we'll arrive at our star. Our arrival. We arrive via Bury 1 arrival. It's gonna be Bury 1 arrival. Okay, and we're gonna take Bury 1 arrival into 18 left. That's the plans there for DFW. Once we get airborne, we'll dive more into the arrival leg there. Again, we'll be arriving at 18 left for DFW. Let's look at DFW real quick and see. 18 left will be right here. Okay. So we'll double check again, make sure the winds don't change on us. Right now, that is what it is. Let's go ahead and set up our FMC based on this plan. Okay. Ole, let's get our SID in. So let's go ahead and so we've already have a 27 right selected, but let's there we go. It's already selected. Let's find Cajun 2 departure. Okay, let's go ahead and execute that. Okay. So check and make sure that everything went as selected. 27 right. And Cajun 2 departure. All right, so Cajun 2 is going to transition via Stinga. Okay, and there's our initial there we go. There's our initial departure there. Okay, so after Stinga, let's go ahead and start queuing this in. VOR MLU. Okay. Then we have waypoint Union waypoint, and then following Union, we'll go ahead and get our arrival star, which is going to be Bury 1 arrival. So let's go to that. Put our arrival. Okay, Bury 1 arrival. Okay, we're going to transition into Bury 1 arrival via Union. And expect runway 18 left. Grutch arrival. Let's take a look at the Grutch. Let's look at the Grutch arrival. 18 left. Let's take a look at that. 18 left Grutch arrival. Okay, it's right here. Okay. Yep. Let's put that in. We'll go ahead. Transition via Grutch arrival. All right. So here's our legs. We got some discontinuity there. Let's clear that up. Some more discontinuity right there as well. Let's clear that up. Let's look at our plan here and see. Step through. Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit. step through our route, and everything looks good. Okay, and that's give me vectors there. If air traffic's not aligned, we'll go ahead and ignore the vectors and go straight into that approach. And that spot of the vector. All right. Okay, it looks good. Okay, let's so we have our flight index. Let's go ahead and set up our flight index. Flight index is going to be 280. Expecting right now flight level 380. Let's see if that takes. Might have to go lower if it doesn't accept that. Okay. 0 fuel weight, 313,000. Let's have reserves of 5. Okay, unable to cruise altitude. So let's go ahead and I thought so. Let's go ahead and keep it at 360 for that climb there. 360 for cruise. We should be okay. Yep, we're okay. So we'll go ahead and write that down. 360. Expecting for the cruise. All right. All right. Take off. Let's look at our flaps here and see what we're going to decide. We don't have that. We're not that heavy. We're not going too far. But we'll still set it at 15. Set at 15. Okay. Okay. Trim is going to be 3.8 on our trim. So let's set our trim. Set our trim 3.8. Let's bring it back here. Okay, trim 3.8, and that's about it right there. Okay, what's the temperature leaving out of Atlanta? What do we have as far as our ATIS? We have 20 degrees Celsius. So let's go ahead and put 22 degrees there. And take off. All right, so let's turn on our V speeds. Okay. All right, let's see. We have a good calculation here on our speeds and our altitudes. Looks good. Okay. Okay, everything looks good. Let's okay, so let's I think we go ahead and get our APU started. We're almost about ready. We can go ahead and close our doors as well. No longer need our doors open. Let's go ahead and start up our APU. Let's see, where is that at? It's right there. Okay. Let's get that going. We'll go ahead and put our auto brakes, RTO. Okay. Okay, all right, APU is charging up. Okay, looks like it may be ready. RPMs is up high as well. Let's check it out and see. Okay, APU gen, maybe ready to go. Okay, yes, we have good APU gen. Let's go ahead and put APU on. Let's do some bleeds for the engine. Okay, at this point we can go ahead and remove the external power. And first doing so, let's go ahead and remove it from. Actually, let's go ahead and shut it down first before we move it. I think that'd be smart. External power off, and then let's go ahead and move it. Okay, all of our doors are already closed. Okay, ground. Let's go ahead and take off all these units here. No longer needed. Okay. I think we are about ready for push and start. Okay, let's go ahead and call for our tug. Better pushback.
Route to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Okay, I think this is a good spot for like that.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right. See what else we have left here. Okay. All right. All of our systems is up and go. Okay. Squawk is standby for now on our squawk, our transmitter. What was our initial altitude? Our initial altitude was, let's go back there again. Okay, so our initial climb is going to be, our initial climb is 10,000. I thought so.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, let's get our speed. Let's keep it at 156 is what it was already set for. The reason why we're going to do that, we wanted to match our V speeds here. Yep, V2 156. Let's keep that as is. Let's keep that at 156. Brighten up some of our instruments here. There you go.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Right, let's turn some lights on. Let's position. Let's got our beacon on, a logo. Let's go ahead and release the park brake and allow them to start pushing us back.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Turn around so we can just get a good tug view or pushback. Oh wow, yeah, I didn't saw that. Let's go ahead and get our engines started up as well. All right, so let's see. Shut these off for now. Start the right engine here. Get it turned up. Allow it to reach around 15 or so before we give it fuel. Give it some fuel. And let it spin up. Okay. Got a good start on that right engine.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, we got a good start on that left engine. Let's go ahead and get our, our right engine. Let's go ahead and get our left engine started up here. Same process. Just allow this to climb to around 15 or so. Okay, good. Let's give it some fuel.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Okay. That's good sound there. Let's good turnover on that engine. Oh, there we go. That's the sound we want to hear. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and turn our air packs back on. Some air back going in the cabin. Okay, let's go ahead and get our nose gear going there. Let's get the taxi light going. Let's also set our flaps as well. So it's 15 for our flaps. Okay. Arm our. Here we go. Speed brakes armed. Okay. There's the flaps right there. Engaged. Okay. Okay, let's see. This one thing we didn't do with VATSIM, just in case VATSIM comes online, I at least want to go ahead and send them my flight plan. So let's send our flight plan to the cloud in case they're ready to come on board. Okay. Alright, let's place our flight plan. KATL. Dallas Fort Worth. What is our ultimate? It's going to be Houston KAH. Yes, it is. Okay. And we changed it to 36,000 on our climb. I'm going to file that there. There we go. We filed it. Okay, let's go ahead and make our announcement to traffic so that we're our taxiing to runway 27 right. Make sure we have everything lined up here. Aligned. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and put that on mode Charlie for now. Atlanta traffic, this is United 1979, taxiing to runway 27 right for departure. Okay, so let's use our park brakes and start our taxi. Okay, we're going to taxi to take a left on Lima, all the way down to Lima Alpha, and then line up runway 27 right for departure. Engines are it's pretty quiet in here. Let's see if we can turn the volume up on the engines here. Okay. Slow down a little bit, rolling a little too fast there. Let's get behind. I was going to get behind that barrier, but no, we'll continue straight here. Okay. Well, there goes volume bar right here. Let's turn up a little bit. Alright, I think that's good. And the volume, turn down just a little there. Okay, I think we're good on the volume now. Let's continue our taxi. Okay, continue on Lima. We're going to go full length of the runway. Turn to Lima Alpha. Good traffic coming in there. So, let's hold for traffic. Close there for world traffic. I would say, yeah, it's way too close there. The world traffic needs some tweaking there as far as timing intervals for arriving when there is a flight on the runway there. Okay, we'll go ahead and jump in there as soon as this one takes off. Looks like he's kind of pressing ahead of us. Let's go, folks. Let's go. Oh, there you go. This next one, let's go and let this guy line up and we'll come behind him. Yeah, we're much bigger, so I know we're gonna cause a wake. Some air turbulence soon when we take off, so let's just allow these guys to take off and then we'll line up in the park. See how much traffic we have on the radar. Wow, it's a lot of traffic. Takeoffs here. We have arrival here on 27. It's coming in here. Yeah, we got some flights, so guys need to hurry up so we can dip in the air. Yeah, let's go ahead and line up here. Let's go ahead and pull before the other traffic comes around here. Yeah, they're coming. Let's go ahead and line up. He's at a hold there. He's not taking off. Again, this is world traffic. Aircraft here that we're currently flying with. That's that rival coming. All right, let's get going here. Yeah, we can make it. Let's get out of here. It's supposed to be a minute, 2 minute apart, but it's road traffic here. Let's just go ahead and get us up in the air. Let's go ahead and get our lights on here as well. Let's get them set. Take off lights. Okay. All right, and let's go. We're at 75%. Let's toggle.
Alert.
Okay, let's lift our gear. All that be now. On our autopilot as well. We have positive climb.
Traffic.
To
Traffic. 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 Traffic, 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 traffic.
Wow, we got a lot of
traffic,
crosswind going as well too.
Traffic.
Okay, let's shut our lights down here. Lights down, the wings, logos. Okay, continue our climb. Let's relieve our flaps. 1%. Pick up some speed here. Okay, good departure. Let's look at our radar. World traffic. And we should be. There we go, right there we go. I don't know if radar maybe was catching this traffic here, adjacent to us maybe. The radar was calling out there. Alright, but okay. And also, let's take a look at okay. We're right on point here as far as our departure, SID, Cajun 2. Alright, let's go ahead and 0% on our flaps. Just want to bring them all the way in. Good departure, good climb. Solid climb for the 767-300. All right, crossing 8,000.
Traffic. Traffic.
We'll shut this here alarm down here.
Captain, I regret to inform you that the chief flight attendant has been killed.
Alright, well that's it. Oh, we didn't pressurize our cabin. Oh, made a mistake there on that one. So cabin's pressurized. We're gonna 211 off at 10,000 here. Let's go ahead and shut down our APU gen and shut our APU off right here. We can get our anti-ice on. Let's continue our climb to 3360. Let's go ahead and continue that. Okay, we'll continue our climb. 360. Route to Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, right now we're picking up speed as well. You see, we crossed the 10,000 marker. Once we hit 18,000, we'll go ahead and go to a standard as far as altimeter. Let's continue to climb. climb. Atlanta, almost at 23,000 feet. Steady climb to cruise 360. Top of climb here. Looks like we're going to have hit our top of climb before Stinga. Stinga here on our map, so that should put us possibly around here. We should be at our cruise speed, cruise altitude. Okay, sorry about that. I had you on mute there. I'll go ahead and repeat what I mentioned here just now. Let's look at world traffic radar. I apologize for that, folks. All right, so we are right here. We are almost 80 nautical miles outside the radius of Atlanta. Coverage is only maximum 80 nautical miles outside Atlanta. So we'll be the radar coverage for world traffic will no longer be affected once we cross that 80-mile marker. Once we get closer to Dallas-Fort Worth, 80 miles outside of Dallas-Fort Worth, we'll be able to start looking at the radar there in regards to the world traffic that's actually flying into Dallas-Fort Worth around that time. Okay, we're just going to continue our climb. We're crossing, we're crossing 33,000 soon. Once we get cruise altitude 360, we'll start looking at our arrival. Our arrival of Star there going into Dallas-Fort Worth, and making sure that we have no changes right now. We're expecting to arrive runway 18 left right now. We'll double check, make sure that we have no adjustment change now. Correction, no change on altimeter, meant no change in the ATIS for Dallas-Fort Worth. Okay, looks like we're approaching our cruise altitude 360. We have our green light indicator on. We are about to be at our cruise speed 360. Okay, we reached our cruise speed and we'll settle here at cruise speed and we'll start looking at our arrival here into Dallas-Fort Worth. All right, let's take a look at our progress that we have here. So it would be, well, by the time we hit Dallas-Fort Worth, we'll have 23,900 pounds of fuel on board. We're expecting to be at Dallas-Fort Worth at estimated time of arrival at 22:29 joule. All right, and let's see, next waypoint is MLU. We do not have an indicator at this time as far as the actual top of descent, but we should be seeing it here shortly. Just a note, I realize our headwinds are very, very, very strong here. Look, we're challenged against with here. So, let's see. Well, I didn't see it there. I saw it on the FMC. So our headwinds here. Here's our headwinds, folks. Look. So, coming out at 270 degrees, we're getting hit with 118-mile-an-hour winds right now from that direction. Oh, that serves as far as a heck of a tailwind. We're on the reverse here, so that's what's hitting us in the face here. Is 110-mile-an-hour winds, not including our speed. Right, keep that in mind. So if you look at it, calculate it, it's as if see, we are at 365 knots. So if you add that up, 365 plus 117, that'll be actually like the speed that we're going, wind coming across us right now. Being that we're at ground speed of 365, and head speed hitting us, headwind speed is hitting us at 117 miles an hour. So that's where we are. We have no luck as far as tailwinds to push us along. We're actually pushing against the air this time. Okay, let's give a 10-minute intermission here. Step away for like 10 minutes and be back. We're gonna go ahead and put it on intermission for time. We're still flying. There's no change as far as our flight. But at this time, I'll go ahead and step away for a moment and come back in about 10 minutes. Alright, we're back. We're back. Back in the cockpit here. Let's look at our progress here. So we have another 507 miles before we get to Dallas Fort Worth. So estimating that we're at 3:59. It's a little more than an hour. There we go at 22:29 Zulu on arrival. 22:29 Zulu on arrival. That's yep, a little more than an hour there. We'll be arriving. Wow, let's look at our map. Let's look here. We're direct to. That's Monroe. Right to Monroe on this path here. As a matter of fact, from here to Monroe, let's see, we have 199 miles to Monroe. Estimated time arrival is 21:41 Zulu. So there's 21:17. So that's about a good 20 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, more closer to 30 minutes actually. Let's open up our maps a little further here. Okay, here's another interesting thing I want to show here. As far as the FMC for 767, I really like this feature. When you go to forecast, look at that. Look at this. So, you know, around 12,000 feet. You got 24 knots coming in at 294 degrees as far as headwinds right now. But look here, 340, 34,000 feet. There it is, 125 knots of wind coming in at us at 260 degrees. That's a hard push against us, but wow, we're going another direction. I tell you, we'll be flying like a bullet. Oh, look at that, 132 knots. So as far as wind picked up that we're going against. So good information here as far as FMC for this 767-300. So I must add, this 767, it's a great great aircraft to fly overseas. The reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, it gives you everything you need here. You know, as you probably heard from my me mention as far as ETOPS on a previous episode here, any aircraft that has two engines here has to fall under ETOPS procedures. We'll get into that, but all the ETOP programming is all built here. It's all built here within this here FMC. It's really good stuff. I can walk you through to show when we do take that route, but it's a really you know, and also be able to, you know, provide our updates as far as our oceanic reports as we fly across. It's really good. It's good for flying overseas. One of the ones I can definitely say I highly recommend using this flight when flying, you know, out of the country, of course, heading across the map there. All right, so let's take a look at our map right now. Location. So we are making progress. I'd say we almost, I would say halfway there. I would say. Next waypoint is Monroe. Progress is showing us Monroe is 110 miles. Crossing Monroe at 21:45 Zulu. Okay. There we go. It's going to be 13 minutes. Then following, Monroe will be Union. Union will be the top of our star. Right there. So let's see what's expected here on its arrival. So, all right. So we need to cross. We need to cross. Let me go all the way down to Diaz. We're going to say we're going to cross Diaz. Oh, Diaz at 11,220 knots. That's where we're going to cross there. Okay, so we'll be in between these altitudes, of course. No less than 20,000. No greater than 23,000 here, and no less than 24,000 here, and no greater than 30,000 here at VO. So that'll be our arrival into Dallas-Fort Worth. 18 left is what we're expecting. So let's look at the winds right now at Dallas-Fort Worth. So, yep, winds are considered calm. They're under 5 knots. Coming out of 180, direction of 180 degrees there. So it's a southern wind going north at 4 degrees, which gives us a good path to come in from north to south. We're going to get calm winds, so that's fine. This is a good approach here. We don't have... Let's say we do not have nowhere near anything like what we had in Atlanta. Atlanta had some really tough crosswinds there. We're at winds are calm here in Dallas-Fort Worth, so it's going to give us some relief here. I'm coming in. If you was part of my previous episode with the 747-8 Intercontinental coming into Atlanta, my previous episode, you'll see we were pretty much we had a good sideways approach because of how strong those crosswinds were. We had a good landing, so that's what counts, a good and safe landing. Here we're not going to be challenged for that. It's going to be a smooth ride from here all the way into Dallas-Fort Worth. Let's go ahead and there's no point in us keeping the the anti-ice on. As high as we are, as clear the skies are, we're not crossing through those clouds or anything like that. There's no point in keeping that on. We're just going to take that off there. Cabin pressure looks good. Check. Okay. And yep, everything looks good so far. Okay, let's see where our top of descent is. It's going to be. It's going to be at. Let's go back to our legs. Let's go ahead and put this here on plan. And let's step through to see where we can pick up our top descent at. Let me minimize our radar a little bit. And let's start stepping, see if we have top descent come up on us. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's step one more time. This leg is right out of Palmer. Right out of Palmer. It's going to be our top descent. So let's check our map and see. Let's check our map and see where Palmer is on our map. Palmer, let's see, there's Palmer. Right for this turn at Palmer is where we're going to start our descent. Right there. There we go. That's where we're going to start our descent. Right there at Palmer. Right. Once we pass Palmer, we will know that we need to start our descent at that point. Okay? Okay, so just real quick here, let's take a look at our scenery, folks. The scenery, move this out of the way as well too. The scenery that you're seeing here, this is scenery that I pulled into the XPlane from Ortho 4XP. Okay, this is not what you get from XPlane's standard software. This is an update as far as the entire region, as far as data. Well, let me not say data. Well, it is data, but it's JPEG photos taken from satellite of the true ground. Those photos are then merged into XPlane via Ortho 4XP, in which you can select regions and areas where you want to pull that data in, and it looks like the exact way it'll look as if you're looking out your aircraft here, or looking down. The realism really comes to place. Then. So let me see if I can actually, while we're flying, give you all a little bonus right now. It's Ortho 4XP. See what comes up while we're flying here. All right, and we'll just take a quick general look at it, so I can see it. We will spend a different episode to focus down on this here tool in much more detail. So as you see, all these plates here is imaging data that I've pulled down and installed into my flight sim. Again, this area here is flying anywhere in this path here. It resembles as if it's a true picture, true photo, satellite image of the terrain, the ground, the mountains, everything, versus being a standard XPlane drawing of the area. So that brings more realism to your entire environment. The data that you see here that I have installed for each one of these individual plates that I installed for the terrain. This data here, I got a 2 terabyte hard drive, and out of a 2 terabyte external hard drive, I got 175 gigs left. So as you can tell, I believe I'm doing my math right. It's like about 800. This is no. Let me correct myself. This is 2 terabytes. We have a 168 gigs left, and that should tell me this is let me see, a lot of gigs, a lot of gigs of data here. So it's like 800 gigs, 800 plus gigs of data here. But it's worth it. It's so worth it because when you, even from our altitude that we're at, you can see just how realistic everything looks from the ground. Real JPEG photos that's converted into the tool here. So yeah. Look at that. That's real stuff there. Okay, that's looking at the flight here, but anyhow, but it's like a snapshot photo, like I said, of satellite imagery of the entire terrain. It brings much more realistic viewing of your entire sceneries around you. That's just a little spill there. That's just a little bonus there on Ortho 4XP. It gives much more detail as to how you would actually, find an airport location or areas around the airport, and how you enhance that data, pull it down, convert it, and then upload it into your sim to give you this level of view. Okay, let me so let me correct myself a little bit as far as the amount of memory that Ortho 4XP draws on you. So here's my external drive. So look, I've used 1.67 terabytes. I only have 150 gigs left on the external drive that's actually supporting this. I made sure I got an external drive so that it would not have no burden or effect as far as drawing down on my system itself. So again, this is just the upload the data here on the external to feed into XPlane and to give us this the real simplistic view. Yeah, a couple of specs as far as my systems. So since I'm speaking on and talking about it, operating off for GeForce GTX 1080 video card here. I mean, they have bigger ones, higher ones on the market, but this one is 1080. I tell you, it's they're powerful. It's able to be fully functional for the most part. I'm operating off of 3 monitors right now, 3 monitors worth of data. So that's almost like it's not. I'm not operating off of three screens with XPlane merged across all 3. But I am utilizing the two other monitors as far as data capture, looking at sites and what have you, and doing things. So there is still a processing power with all 3 included. I am not flying right now with 3 monitors. I'm simply flying with just a single monitor in the middle, and using my side monitors as far as being able to trace and track my flights via my flight plans, data, websites, and what have you, using more elbow space to move around. I have 4 sticks of RAM, 8 gigs each, so we got 32 gigabytes of RAM. We got a liquid radiator there, i7 processor. So yeah, I will say this standard. Well, I don't really want to call it standard either, because the stuff doesn't run cheap. But for what I just mentioned to you, it really heightens the strength of your system. These days I built this system a year and a half ago, but since then, there are video cards, what have you, that had to blow this one out the woodworks. But this one would do. This one gives me what I need. I don't need nothing more than this. It was pretty expensive then, and I'm sure the price probably went down on this one as of right now. But it gives me what I need to still successfully fly, be able to keep my the frame rate high. Right now I'm operating, as you can see, the top corner there. It's balancing between 48 and 53 frames per second. So that's still good, folks. That's still good. I'm operating a couple things in the background. I'm operating still on top of this, so we'll talk about it. In the background, I'm operating FS Global Real World. This right here is where we're getting the imagery of the atmosphere right now. The clouds, the overcast. This consistently updates itself every 5 minutes. That is great. That's huge. It always gives me the current weather forecast that we're currently flying in. Now let's look at this area here, all the way to the right. Okay, when we look down, 36,814 feet. We are flying at 36,000. So yeah, this is around this right here where you see my cursor is what I'm saying. It captures the real live data feed in regards to cloud coverage, weather, to support winds, rain, everything, storms, what have you. It brings it into your simulator real time. So as we saw on our FMC with the 134 knots of a wind that's hitting us in the face, headwinds coming from 262 degrees there, this is right on as you see, and it keeps updating as you fly. Here it is, route in Louisiana. So that's where we were a couple minutes ago, where it made an update. But this is phenomenal, folks. I tell you, FS Global real weather. I use it all the time for my flights. It places these clouds and everything where they belong in a simulator. So having the backbone that I have, which again I don't have the top end system, of course, but having the backbone that I have, I must say it gives me everything I need to have a successful flight. So here it is again, another tool that's very helpful. I want to keep sharing this as we go along through the sessions for those who check in and they like to know what kind of tools that I'm using, what have you, to get that views. I'm actually being able to display and demonstrate. Here's a good example of one. So definitely FS Global Real World is top of the list for me as far as for weather updates as you find on your routes. Let's take a quick look here on Fantastic. I always call it VATSIM. I don't know why. I kind of like the term VATSIM. Fantastic here. Look where we're at here. So this is our flight plan loaded. Flying from Atlanta, of course, to Dallas Fort Worth. 767. Now that's our altitude. Recorded ground speed right now is 347 knots. We have time remaining 38 minutes before we arrive at Dallas Fort Worth. We should estimated time of arrival is going to be 22:34 Zulu time. Currently been online for about an hour. So whenever you lose connection with VATSIM, what have you, I mean, you need to reboot whatever and just connect back in. This online time resets to start a new time, so it doesn't continue if you get disconnected. It starts over as far as your time online. Yeah. So how do we get here? How do we get to this point of Fantastic actually being able to see this information? You know, how is it able to see the route, origin, destination, and all this good stuff? Our altitude, our planned altitude, cruise altitude. You know, how does it know this? Here's all my information there. The type of aircraft I'm flying. So yeah, so here it is, folks. So the tool is, there it is. It's XPilot. XPilot is it integrates with Fantastic, so that when you get online and you want to fly and start being able to be in an environment to be able to fly with other pilots, As you see here, communicate with other pilots and what have you. Fly in the controlled airspace with air traffic control, proper directions as if you're flying a real flight. Again, this totally enhances the experience here, big time. So with this here tool right here, it goes to show you. Look, Kansas City Center is online. This is what you see above here. That's Kansas City. Kansas City is online there. Okay, we see that. Dallas Tower is online. We got 2 folks operating Dallas Tower that's online. Okay, and I believe that's here. Yep, that is there. So we see Dallas Ground, Dallas Tower. We got 2 layers of yep, we got, oh no, 1 actually. I think the S1 and C1, I think 1 is a supervisor and 1 is a trainee into the monitoring in that field. So we got a double sign on there for operating air traffic control as far as for tower. Ground there as well is like he's standing alone. Austin Jenkins, he's holding it down by himself there. And S1, I'm not sure. I think that might mean supervisor, or I can't remember what the definitions mean by that. But anyhow, so you know, this XPilot here tool is where we go to put in our information, so that the rest of the cloud environment can actually see you and collaborate with you while you are in flight. So, you know, if we were, you know, anywhere near this area here, crossing into the control space by Kansas City, we would need to tune in our frequency to 125.725, so that we can let them know that we are in the airspace, and just let them know that it is initial contact, that we are at where are we at, 360 altitude. They'll check our squawk. If our squawk don't match, they'll send you a new squawk code to put in into your systems, and that squawk code, you do ident on your squawk code, and they can actually see you. They can actually see you from their systems there, and be able to guide you to your destination, and they keep a good spacing from other aircraft. Again, that's what ATC's air traffic control's main goal is to number 1 is proper separation for safety of all pilots. So that's what they're there for. So I always try to fly in. See, what's this guy's altitude here? He's flying in pretty close to me here. This guy's Southwest Airlines. Let me see. He's already passed me here. He's at altitude 390. Okay, and we're at 360, so no issues there. So how do we get here? So we'll connect. We open up the tool. We connect. Go to flight plan. Drop our flight plan there. That's what you see over here on the route. We drop our flight plan in there. We put our departure airport, Atlanta. Our destination being Fort Worth. This is Houston as far as an alternate airport. And we got cruise altitude 360. File flight plan, and this gets updated. Okay, that's what air traffic control needs to see initially, before they establish you a squawk code. They're able to monitor you while you're in their airspace. So that's just that's a little bonus there, folks. You know, seeing as though, you know, we have time, I can share these tools with you here. Within our additional episodes, you know, we will be bouncing across this stuff here consistently using these tools here, making it easy. This is what makes my flights easy and enjoyable, is having these essential tools here to have a successful flight at the same time. So hopefully this helps you all, and let's continue flying. Let's get back in the cockpit and let's see where we are. All right. right, let's zoom in here a little bit. Okay, so we're coming. Look at that Palmer. That Palmer is right on our heels there. We're almost at that Palmer. It's like, let's take a look at our charts here. Okay, and we know Palmer is right here. We're gonna be hitting that Union first, and then that Palmer. So we're making progress here. We're already in the green. We're already in the green as far as the Berry 1 arrival already. So let's look at before we look at anything else, let's see how far we are from our top of descent. All right, so from our top of descent, look at that. We're only 67 nautical miles from the top of descent. We should be at the top of the descent at 22:18 Zulu. 22:18 Zulu. 11 minutes. 11 minutes from now, we're gonna start our descent. 22:18 Zulu. 65 nautical miles. Top of descent. Current time 22:07 equates to 11 minutes. Okay, all right, so that's what our expectation is 11 minutes. We're going to be descending. So what I was saying here, what I was about to say is our misapproach. What happens if we miss our approach? Well, let's look at it, folks. 18 left is our arrival. Let's look at 18 left on our arrival and see what happens if we miss our approach at Dallas Fort Worth. 18 left. Okay, 18 left. This is how we're gonna come in to 18 left. What happens if we too high, or aircraft comes in front of us, or the weather is just too shaky, too much crosswinds for us to land? We need to go around. So, misapproach. Climb to 1,100 feet. Then, climbing right, turn to 3,000 feet on heading 245. Okay, so we know that coming out of this, we need to start climbing and then turn into the direction of 245 degrees and outbound via Fuzz VOR. Fuzz VOR is where we would be going to if we miss. Here it is right there. If we miss this approach, we need to head on over here to Fuzz. Okay, we missed this approach right here. We need to get to the right as instructed, climb to 3,000. The heading 245 will get you right over here to Fuzz. Let's get on over to Fuzz, and then let's see what happens from Fuzz. 2 likes and connect Fuzz and hold, or as directed by air traffic control. Air traffic control probably going to get you going this direction to Fuzz, 245 degrees, as you see here. But what it was going to get us to is the Fuzz VOR. So 245 degrees heading is where we're going to go when we leave that. Okay, and let's look at our FMC. What does our FMC say? Let's look at let's step likes. Okay, it says send us 2 likes. So 18 left, track, look, 245 degrees heading out to 18 nautical miles. Okay, staying at 3,000 feet. 2 likes. So let me read this again here. All right, so climb right, turn to 3,000 on heading 245. There's that 245 heading that we will go. and outbound via Fuzz VOR. 2 likes. Got it. Okay, Fuzz VR, 2 likes. So our FMC is already set up 4 likes. Okay, there we have it. So we're good. We're good. We're good. We will make sure that as we are approaching that, couple things. We're going to set that heading to 245 as we're approaching that airport. Okay, as we're approaching the airport, we're going to set that heading to 245. And we're going to set our altitude to 3,000. Because if we miss that airport, we know exactly what we have to do. Okay, so always, folks, very important, very critical as to knowing, plan in advance. Okay, always have to plan in advance here. All right, so what's our progress here for top of descent is going to be another 39 nautical miles. So that slight flicker that you just saw, when everything kind of seemed like it flickered an update, yeah, that was our tool here. That was our FS Global real weather capturing current conditions. We want that to happen. So that's good to see that. We know that it's still operational and it is actually working. When we see that slight blur there every 5 minutes, we know it's updating our current conditions. So most times you really wouldn't realize it or recognize it, but we have a lot of cloud cover, so it's a little more obvious every 5 minutes at this point. But we want that to happen, and we know it as fully functional operation. So let's go ahead and set an altitude here, an altitude. Let's go ahead and set this. I think it's pronounced Dites, what have you. Let's go ahead and set it for. Let's go ahead and set our decline to 11,000. And also, let's make sure that this DX on our FMC is actually showing 11,000. We need to make sure, double check that that's what it's giving us as well. All right. Oh, perfect. There we have it. It's actually showing 11,000 as we want. Okay, we have 24 nautical miles before we start our initial descent. Let's go ahead and set the altitude now for 11,000. Let's go ahead and make it happen now. We'll just go ahead and set it, and then when it gets to the top of descent, it'll start descending on us, and it will cross the ATES at 11,000. Okay, so we have the descent set. For our approach, our final approach, our ILS approach, we will be putting in our localizer and CRS right here. As a matter of fact, there's no hold up. Let's go ahead and just do it now. Okay, our arrival's 18 left. Let's pull up 18 left. What is our localizer for 18 left arrival here? It's 110.55 for our arrival. Let's cue that in. That's going to be our localizer, 110.505. Okay, 110.55. That's it. That's it. 110.55, folks. All right. Now, our CRS, final approach CRS. It's going to be at 176 degrees. Let's go ahead and just set it. .176 degrees. That matches right there. A localizer in our approach CRS, 176 degrees. There it is, 176 degrees, folks, right there. Okay. All right. Localizer is that little beacon that's coming from that runway right there. That's sending that out to that traffic, for that traffic to pick it up and lock into it. But we're looking for it. When we start our descent, and right before we get to this glide slope here, our system's looking for that frequency. That frequency is sending out a beacon. We're going to connect to it. It's going to attach itself to us, and it's going to guide us straight on in. Okay? So there we go. We're set. We're going to leave that set as is, because that's what our systems is going to be looking for when it gets close to that run. So let's check progress now. We are 8 nautical miles from top of the descent. We're almost there. We're almost there. There it is right there. Right out of Palmer. Okay, you're gonna see some changes starting to take place. Aircraft is gonna recognize it and it's gonna respond to it. Okay, and you can watch this as it clocks down here. Look at our speed. Look at our altitude. Here's our turn at Palmer. We just crossed Palmer there. It's now making that turn. About to hit that top of descent there. About to hit that top of descent, and we got another 2 miles for that top of descent. And the aircraft's going to respond to it. It's already set. The computer knows what to do. It's just waiting for it to get to that point. And there it goes. There it goes. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Top of descent, aircraft will respond accordingly as it should. We see the throttle's coming back by itself. Throttle's pulling back. All right, throttle's pulling back. Here it is on that descend. Here it is on that descend. We're 18 left to Dallas Fort Worth. And we're going to cross that beats at 11,000. I can guarantee you that. It'll do it automatically by itself. We'll see that. Speed is slowly descending as well too, as far as the speed. We're having that descend right now. We should be crossing VO at 290 knots. No greater. But let's see what our FMC says. 290 knots. That's what it says as well. Alright, so let's take a look outside here. Alright, so take a look outside, and she's descending, hitting those clouds now. There we go. She's already cut through the clouds already. There we go, already cut through already. Let's go ahead and turn on our antis just to be safe here. Cut through clouds here, we don't want moisture to build up. Go, we cut through already just that fast. Oh, look at that view. Alright, and I'm sorry, we're just now hitting Palmer right now. It should give us let me see, progress is showing to Bolton. Okay, yeah, so it crossed it and it's heading to outline right now. Outline is where it's heading to. There's outline right there. Okay, at 268 degrees. Now, importantly, it's a good thing to practice and start recognizing setting your header in the direction that you are currently flying, folks. Set that header to the direction you're currently flying, especially when it comes to your arriving. Because at any moment's notice, that air traffic control will come on and tell you turn 10 degrees to the left, turn 10 degrees to the right. Just go here, go 10 degrees to the left or right, hit select, what have you. It allows you to respond quicker while you're on course. Okay, so that's very important. That's very important. All right, we're continuing. We are continuing our descent. We are continuing our descent here. So what's the plans here going forward? So from here, I want to get 3 really good flights in with you all for the 767 here. So from here, let's see. Dallas Fort Worth. Let's fly to Dallas Fort Worth from here. From here, Dallas Fort Worth will be our next episode. I want to plan us on the West Coast somewhere. So I'm trying to decide, should we go ahead and take it over to Seattle and work our way down to San Francisco, LA, and San Diego, and then work our way back across? I think that can be a good plan there. If we go from Denver, I would definitely recommend Salt Lake City. Let's hit Salt Lake City up as we head in that route to Seattle. That's a plan. We'll figure it out. We'll make a decision as we go along here with the other episodes. But I want to keep these episodes going, and I think this is a learning tool, demonstrating these aircrafts. I have a lot of fun with these flights. I mean, they're a lot of fun. I've had a lot of practice with them. I'm nowhere near far an expert, but I tell you, I learned a lot on my own as far as self-study, just to enjoy it, as a hobby, of course. Okay, so let's take a look here. VO, should be crossing VO. All right, let's do a quick test there. All right, no lower than 24,000, no greater than 30,000 when crossing VO. Where are we? Let's see. We are at 26. We are right in the middle of 24 and 30. That's where we want to be. Drag required is what our FMC is telling us. So let's put a little drag to it and see what happens here. Okay, we'll apply a little drag. Apply a little drag there. Okay, and drag indicator is now off. So we're good. Continuing our descent there. So we cross VO, right where we need to be crossing. Here we are. Very, no less than 20,000, no greater than 23,000 when cross Berry. That's the plan, and that's what we already have set. Let's look at our FMC and make sure it collaborates with that. Okay, so it's showing Berry at 21,000. Interesting. It's actually showing 21,000, which is against what we show as far as our charts. Okay. I think it may be giving its best effort to meet this 11,000, coming in a little under here, but still, this should be followed here. You should not be below 20,000 when you cross that. Right now, we're looking good. We got 12 more miles before we cross Berry, but I'm gonna put this to the test and see whether or not it's gonna take us below 20,000 when we cross Berry. Okay, so we're at 24,000, steady descent. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see once we cross that. Once we cross that waypoint there. Okay, as you see, Houston is online. Houston Center 134.425, but they're below us, so we are not within their frequency, so we will not be connecting to that FMC for coverage. All right, so where are we at? 22,500. We are 4 miles from Barry, and we're actually looking good. Like we may be compliant when we cross B, which we should be above 20,000 when we cross B. Up there, we were compliant. There we have it. We crossed it right in between as far as where we're supposed to be. We're making our bank now. We're making our bank to Bells. It'll be between altitudes 15,000 and 17,000 when we cross Bells. We need to track every step, folks. This makes you prepare for any drastic changes here. So we should be at 312 degrees right now. So how do we know that? Well, number one, we can look at our charts there. We can look at our FMC to know we should be 312 degrees. Let's look at our FMC, 313 degrees. There we go. So let's go ahead and make sure we keep our header up to current in case we need to select it and make a deviation. Okay, very important. Okay, let's put our maps in. Okay. Alright, we're crossing 20,000. Okay, we should be between 15 and 17,000 when we cross the Bells, and it's like our FMC's program for 16,000 to keep us in between that zone there. All right, for our altimeter, we're about to cross 18,000 feet. What is our altimeter going to be this evening? Let's put it in there for Dallas Fort Worth. We're looking at our altimeter being 2994. Let's go ahead and set that 2994. There we go. Let's go ahead and set it. Make it the same for both sides. Altimeter is now 2994. That's where we need to be. Looks like bottles are fully back. We must be slowing down. Yeah, 270 knots is what it's showing. Slowing down to. We should be between 15,000 and 17,000 once we cross Bells. We're crossing Bells in another 4 miles, 3 miles. We're right on target. Right on target, folks. We're looking good. We keep our header for our heading at 313 degrees, which is as far as flight plan has us at in this direction, 313. So we lined up. Our headers lined up exactly within our flight path right now. All right, so there we go, crossing Bells. There we go. We just crossed Bells. Now we're at tackle. Distance to go 6 miles. Tack is between 13,000 and 15,000. Tack. Looking good. mile crossing attack, and no greater than 15,000. Okay, good job. So we accomplished that right on the dot. There we go. All right, wads. Where we at? What should we be crossing at wads here? Between 11 and 13. Between 11 and 13. Okay. I don't think. I think it's smarter than what is showing here, but it will be between 11 and 13. I'm sure. 6 more miles. We have set for 11,000 for Dietz. Dietz, you see, is right ahead of us. Okay, let's see what world traffic. We're within 80 miles already, so let's see what world traffic has for us for Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, we see that traffic is coming in from the north, just as we are. So, okay, let's see what's going on. I think we got a change here. We felt something level off here. Okay, there we go, another descent there. Okay, we just crossed. Okay, now, okay, we're heading to Dietz. This is where we're gonna hold our 11,000 feet here. Alright, so let me start looking at, let's look at our arrival. So we hit 11,000 here. 18 left. Let's pull up 18 left. Start looking at some numbers here. So totals 18 left. Let's set for 4,000. We should be hitting our ILS. I'm sorry, we should be hitting the localizer at 4,000. So let's go ahead and set that after we cross that 11,000. As a matter of fact, we'll set it now. It'll hold 11,000. Let's go ahead and set the next for 4,000. Okay, that's where we're going to be establishing our localizer for what we set here. Set our localizer at 110.55 as far as frequency. 176 degrees would be our approach. Oh, Dallas Fort Worth, right in front of us. There we have it. We have visual of the run of the airport. Visual of the airport, right there. Let's look at world traffic again. Let's see where we are. Here we are, right here. We're gonna turn north, come down, and land, just as the rest of these here are on their arrival stars there. Yep. There we are, right there. There's the airport. We're gonna bank to the right here and start heading up north. Oh, and there we go. All right, and we are at 11,000. Speed is now descending, speed down to 220 knots. Okay. We're going to descend here, as we should, for our FMC. Waypoint should be 10,800. We'll cross whooped. Let's see what we can see airport here. It's good visual right there of DFW right there. Okay, here's our airport, folks. Here's our airport there. We landed on this runway right around here. Right there. Let me see, Let's see, 18
Traffic.
left.
Traffic.
That should be
Traffic.
right, and
Traffic. Traffic.
over here.
Traffic. 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 Traffic.
Okay,
Traffic.
let's see
Traffic.
what's
Traffic.
status as far as
Traffic.
traffic. Oh, we do
Traffic.
have traffic,
Traffic.
and I'm not
Traffic.
sure.
Traffic.
Let's take a look at that guy. Where's this guy at? Here's that guy that's approaching us. Where are we at? There we are, coming towards him. This is the other guy that I'm looking at on, well, that's us to the right there, passing him up. We are passing him up. We got clearance. We're good. That's the traffic call there. Alarm. We are good. And that, and where are we at? There we are right there. Let's get back in our cockpit. All right. Good warning there. All right. Here we go. We're almost there. We're making this. We're gonna make this turn, and then another turn there for 176 degrees, and establish our localizer. Then catch our glide slope and come into 18 left. Vectors. We're going to ignore vectors. Air traffic control is not online, so we're going to cover up vectors there. Execute that. Okay, vectors is now, as you see, is gone. We're going to turn from Headman to Grunch, and Grunch to the line. Okay, crossing Headman at 7,500. Continue our descent. Right, so let's cross check here. We're not going to arm our speed brakes yet. We're not going to do any of that yet. Let's see how long our runway is. Let's see how long our runway is. Left. Our runway is 13,000. Wow, that long runway there. So I think we should be able to see that on here as well too. Let me see. See if we're able to see that on our FMC as well. Let me check. No, it wouldn't be there. Wouldn't be there. Wouldn't be there neither. Ah, here we do have it. So the initiation phase here, reference here. So there it is. Our runway is 13,400 feet. Okay, we don't have to go so hard on the maximum reverse here. We can actually sit it in the mid. I don't know, maybe 2. You know, we don't, we're not flying that heavy either. I think we're going to make our turn here to the left very shortly. And there we go. We're making our turn here to really line up with our approach. Turning that for a Grunch, and we're going to turn at 176 degrees. Now, here's our localizer. folks. We're gonna start queuing in our localizer here really soon here. We're turning towards we're not turning towards the airport yet. We're gonna turn to 176 degrees. Line up. Our airport should be right around here somewhere. Let's go ahead and turn on our localizer now, because it's going to pick it up when it turns. We'll start applying our flaps and slowing down as we make our turn to our final. And let's check air traffic as well too, as far as this radar. Alright, so here we are here. We're gonna turn and head on in, which we should be probably doing that now. Yeah, there it is. So, making that bank, making that turn. We should be establishing that localizer now. Localizer is established. Okay, let's go ahead and hit our approach. So we start establishing our glide slope here. There is us flying right into our runway right here. Okay, so we are lined up. Let's start. We'll start lowering our flaps and airspeed as well. The closer we get, glide slope is will continue to descend here. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and here are flaps 1 now. This flaps 1 applied. Automatically start slowing down. Let's see what our set speed should be on arrival. 152. We're going to give 30 degrees full flaps. 152 knots is what we're looking at. We'll set our speed to 3,000 in case we miss our runway. Okay, and also we have our heading set for 176 already. And we'll set that heading and climb to 3,000 if we miss this runway. Okay, let's apply more flaps here. 5% on the flaps now. The runway is directly in front of us, ahead of us here. Okay. We're about to catch that glide slope real soon here. Oh, there it is. Glide slope has we captured that glide slope. Okay, let's bring the speed down to our speed of 152. Let's let it glide down a little bit. We'll apply the speed brakes as we need to here. Okay, it's going down very slow, so let's go and apply a little bit of speed brake there. Get her down a little more. And let's give us some more flaps. Okay, speed brake is on. We're applying some more flaps. We're heading straight into 18 left. Good approach. Okay, and drop our gear. Let's bring some more flaps here. It's a little more aggressive on the speed brakes. Let's go full flaps. Get us down to 152. 152 knots. Let's go ahead and get our speed brakes up to, I don't know, let's go 3. Right now we got full flaps on to slow it down. So we'll leave our flaps there. Okay, and let's go ahead and set our
Traffic. 1,000. Traffic.
Go ahead and set our arm or speed brake. Okay, we're all set there. All right, then we're right on point as far as our arrival. Let's go ahead and fly her in and take it from there. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and disarm. Let's go ahead and disarm our autopilot. Let's main take it in. Okay, so everything's disarmed. Flight director's disarmed. Let's take her in.
500.
Prepared to go around if we need to. Okay, we're looking good.
Minimums. $100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, good touchdown. Reverse. Down to 80 knots. Go good. Disarm our speed brakes here. We can get ready to take it to the right. We're going to exit via Foxtrot 5. Okay. Okay. Good landing. Good landing, folks. Let's put our flaps back up. Okay. We're going to take Whiskey Mike right here to the left. Taxi via Gulf to the gate. Welcome to Dallas Fort Worth. Okay. Put on our taxi lights here. Oh, one thing we did forget, folks, is we did not put on our landing lights. Ooh, wow. Okay, slap my hand for that one. Okay, let's put on our taxi lights here. We'll go take off our beacon taxi. So we forgot. That's why it's good to have that co-pilot there to remind you what the checklist is, so you don't forget nothing while you're trying to control the flight. But yeah, so next time, folks, when we cross that 10,000, we need to turn on these lights here. Okay, you can't forget to do that. Runway as well too. We turn those on while we're descending. And then after we land, depart runway, go ahead and shut them off. Okay, so there's corrective actions there of what we need to do next time. All right, let's go ahead and park. And then what we'll do after we park is that we'll look back. We'll do a replay to see exactly how our landing was. Let's turn our APU on so we can get that going. We'll park right over here. Right here. Okay, let's go ahead and park. Alright. We're going to turn our taxi lights off as well too. This is 1:35. Turn our taxi lights off. Alright, turn them off there. Okay, lights off. Turn our gens. APU going here. And let's bring it here to a park. Let's look at our module there. Make sure we're right on where we need to be. Okay, good. Let's keep going forward. Okay, be clear to stop. And no, okay, good. Let's stop there. Right. Let's got throttles all the way down. Speed brake on. Okay. All right, welcome to Dallas Fort Worth, folks. Once again, turn our beacon off, position off. We have our APU on already. Let's go ahead and kill the fuel from the engines and let them burn down. And there is our thing coming out to us to connect. Okay, there we go. That's what we want. Nice. Okay, we're connected there. All right, let's go ahead and turn those seatbelts off. I know that everyone's anxious to get out of seatbelts, so let's go ahead and turn them off here. See, where's our seatbelts? I think our seatbelts is down here. No, our seatbelts is up high. Let's go up here and find our seatbelts here. Here the seatbelts off. Okay. Let's get some ground power unit established. And then we'll open up our doors. Ground. Pressure, no stairs is needed. Chokes, no shoe, fuel tank. It's gonna be a gate configuration here. Waste. No passenger, de-ice, none. Loader. Unit. Okay, and let's open up the doors here. Open all, actually, why not? All right. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and we got our external power. Turn that on. Turn the APU off. APU gen off. APU power off. APU. Would operate off of external power right now. Shut her down. Yeah. One thing I almost forgot. Let's close these doors and let's do a rewind. Let's see what our landing looked like. Let's take a look at our landing here. Let's close all these doors and let's do that. All doors closed. Yeah, I think we got done here. Air traffic control. Shut them off. Okay, let's rewind the tape. Ladies and gentlemen, let's rewind the tape for this arrival. Toggle. There we go. Let's see. We got a couple footages here as far as our approach. Okay, let's play it from here. Are we on our initial yet? Yeah, we are on our initial right here, actually. Let's fast forward a little bit. Yeah, I'm starting to bring the flaps down. You see, I'm fast forwarding it. Up. Speed brakes on, slow down. Drop those flaps even more. Help with some drag. I'll speed it up a little bit. high. I went high on the drag there, bring it down even more. Got aggressive on the flaps as well too. Now dropped our gear. Still trying to slow her down, slow her down, slow her down, slow her down. And now I can put them away. I can stow those air brakes away. Nice. Let's see how this landing touchdown was. Reverses. Good arrival, Dallas Fort Worth. Really good arrival. I think we were manually controlling it at this point. Touchdown. Let's see. Right. Nice. Nose down. Okay, air brakes is up. Reverse. Let me take a different view here real quick. We won't take it back too far. Let's just take it wide. Okay, let's take this view here. Nice. View from the tower. Let's go ahead and put it right here. Okay, that was a nice landing, ladies and gentlemen. We all did a good job here. Alright, the exit runway. Here we go, Foxtrot 5. And then, okay. Well, it's a good flight into Dallas Fort Worth. We'll be planning here the next episode. Again, I think next episode, I think we should fly into Denver, which is right above us, and work our way across the U.S. We'll get 2 more flights in here. We have the 380, Airbus 380. We have a number of airlines here. As you saw from my first episode of me broadcast as far as different flights that we're going to be taking, but we're going to tap into each and every one of those before we attempt to even go overseas with one of these here. But as a long duration flight. Folks, listen, subscribe and like. This was fun. Subscribe and like my channel. I have a lot more to show, a lot more to demonstrate. We'll like you to know when I post the new episodes. Well, yeah, so please subscribe, like, and let's continue flying and let's have fun and let's enjoy the experience. All right. Take care, everyone. All right. We're going to end it now, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Okay. Thank you, and bye-bye.